Our guest programmer this December is the two-time Academy Award-nominated actress Winona Ryder. She first appeared on screen in 1986 as Lucas. Since then, we've seen her in movies such as Dracula, Reality Bites, and Mr. Deeds. Winona's always been very selective in choosing the roles she plays, so it'll be interesting to see which movies she picks as our guest program.
So when did your interest in old movies start?
Very, very young age, because my mother, I owe it all to my mother. She was a great lover of films. The first movie I was ever taken to in a movie theater was Fantasia when I was really little, and apparently I ran up the aisle and splatted myself against the screen because I wanted to get inside the movie. And I guess I'm sort of
and
still,
you finally did.
I'm still doing that.
Yes.
December 21st, actress Winona Ryder will join Robert Osborne as TCM's guest programmer. She's a two-time Academy Award nominee, first as Best Supporting Actress for her performance in 1993's The Age of Innocence, then as Best Actress in 1994's Little Women. We've also seen her in Edward Scissorhands, Girl Interrupted, a movie she also produced, and just last year, Black Swan. And this September, she was TCM's guest host for a week while Robert took some time off. Acting and hosting aside, you'll learn a lot about Winona when she sits down with Robert, like how she discovered classic films, why she finds them romantic, and why she picked these 4 films as our guest programmer. The first movie Winona selected for us is from 1976, The Front. It stars Woody Allen posing as a go-between for blacklisted writers. And while there are definitely some funny moments, after all, it is Woody Allen, the seriousness of the blacklist and the impact it had on so many people is impossible to miss.
I do think one of the great things about this movie, and I'm so glad you picked it, is because it is all basically true, but it's told in an entertaining way.
And it's also a film that a lot of people don't know about it because Woody didn't direct it.
Subpoena? For me?
To appear before the House Un-American Committee.
But I'm not a communist.
So you go and tell him that.
I tell you, isn't that enough?
Howard, you gotta go. I don't like it any more than you do, but if you don't do it, you don't work.
Winona also picked 1941's Ball of Fire, a romantic comedy directed by Howard Hawks, starring Gary Cooper and a very tough Barbara Stanwyck as Sugar Puss O'Shea.
Hidey-ho.
I have to ask, why do you like Stanwyck so much?
She's one of my all-time favorite actresses. She could do anything. She was the ultimate femme fatale, you know, in Double Indemnity. But she could also be so funny.
What are you talking about? This is research, isn't it?
Yes.
Certainly. Who was that guy learned so much from watching an apple drop?
Isaac Newton.
Yeah, that's him. And I want you to look at me as another apple, Professor Potts. Just another apple.
Winona selected 2 more movies for us this December. Director George Cukor's 1950 comedy Born Yesterday with Broderick Crawford, William Holden, and Judy Holliday in the role that won her an Oscar for Best Actress.
I don't own nothing cheap except you.
You don't own me? Nobody can own anybody. There's a law saying.
What do I care what the law says? If I was scared of the law, I wouldn't be where I am.
Where are you?
All right, you talked enough. You don't like it? Here, beat it.
And one of her favorite movies, as well as one of ours here at TCM, from 1957, director Elia Kazan's A Face in the Crowd, the film that introduced moviegoers to Andy Griffith.
You don't really approve of me, that's so, ain't it?
You're getting to be all the things you used to harpoon.
See what I mean? The bigger I get, the smaller you make me feel.